face the worm, embrace the world of reality with face to learn. Co-connection drug busts, graveyards with thugs rest. I keep my mug blessed. The evil is a legal substance. Soul, roll more deep, guns in the black Jeep, Mag 11s and legends, cracks in the streets. Patroller, gold money fuller, gonna have me soldiers, never sober, taking over. My blood is colder. Niggas respect violence, so I become it. I'm from it, I even done it, blunt it, so run it.
Yeah, son, you know what this is. Take it off, man.
Come on, Don, don't even come at me like that. Come on,
Yeah,
Don.
imagine this, no gun, no knife. It's a one-on-one, now we got to fight. Imagine this, no gun, no knife. It's a one-on-one, son. Yo, I'm a cream fiend with a mean dream, brain full of schemes. My crew's rolling fresh out the greens, give you what you never seen. The ifs on the Mac 10, it's 2:10 in the AM in the streets of Queens. Try hard or die hard, chances of surviving the game is like trying to feed a law lord. I walk a piece with a deadly shadow, they wanna blow me with a double barrel. Found no sorrow, I brawl with blinker, caught biting in the thinker. Don't make hell your new home with the blue chrome. Mistake wants me, suave fella but grouchy. The soul of a cold body haunts me. I flee the country, but only to shed tears for years. Too out for my own self, hoping help is near. Street fighting was cool, but in school I bought a new tool. Dueling with the devil, a rebel, a fool. Imagine this, no gun, no knife. It's a one-on-one, now we got to fight. Imagine this, no gun, no knife. It's a one-on-one, son. I hear Jake walkie-talkies in my sleep. Mark money I keep, play the benches all week. I visualize coops, alligators in suits, elevators in my mansion that rise into.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's BMT coming at you again. I just wanted to definitely sit down, do this one with you guys. This is definitely a good one, especially after I already had a good conversation. But I wanted to have this conversation on, are men being distracted? Are men being distracted on the wrong precipitation of things? We've done already seen men talking about what are the women doing. They're talking about a whole assortment of foolishness, but not focusing on actually the criteria of things that they actually can be doing to build and garner success. And that starts to become very troublesome, especially when we're looking at who is leading the charge and pushing them to think or act like this. Now, one will probably say, well, it's the mother. I've heard that quite often. It's the mother. It's that rap music. It's probably because there's no father in the home. And I'm like, okay, so, but these are grown men. These are grown men. So what would be the excuse now? Because if y'all are grown men and y'all are conscious of making the decision to click and come on here, spout your grievances, then how are you not able to make the decision to actually start trying to move forward? Now, looking at a lot of channels, I've heard men talk about reproduction. I've heard men talk about breeding, going overseas to go make babies, talk about child support. But it's never to the focal point of getting a job and actually doing right and bettering yourself. And see, as I start to listen to a lot of the chaotic nonsense, I can't but help to wonder, like, okay, so where was this supposed to go? Hold on. Yeah, I'm live. Okay. No, I sent it to your phone. Right? Because at some point, this infinite anger, this infinite mentality of, okay, so you came here, what was the goal? What was the goal of production? Because I figured that's what it was supposed to be. We come, we get the money, and we move forward from here. I didn't think it was supposed to be about what's going on spiritual logic. I didn't think it was supposed to be about um sexual access, learning how to mac and game. I didn't think it was supposed to be about talking about Ray Ray and Pookie and Lane. I thought it was supposed to be coming there on, hey, here's how you get your money. Here's how you find certain jobs or certain hubs. These are certain work keys, things that you can work on to get yourself right. And you go. Why did it become something where let's talk about Sierra? Let's talk about god dang Becky is so much better than a goddamn Tiffany. When did it start becoming about talking about who's a Mac or a pimp? Go ahead, MLT. What's going on? I think this is why when I first came to this space, one of the first videos I ever did in collab with the Manosphere was how to get your LLC. That was one of my first collabs. The first time I ever did work with Man of Tomorrow, it was talking about expat in bills. I mean, in laws. I started watching the conversations contort to sexual deviation, wanting to feel special, holding women that I have no control of accountable, trolling that of the constitutional rights that other men have fought for, and macking and talking about the pimping. But every time when we would try to bring it back, it would go back into we got to save the boys. What's going on, perspectives? We got to save the boys. We got to get these boys right. But I'm like, well, it's not the little boys having these conversations. It's not the teenagers that are getting online having these panel dialogues. It's not the men going in back chats entertaining women that they said are unclean and cloven. It was the same men. Oh, what's going on, bro? It's been a while, man. Much respect to my brother Gab. Much respect to my brother Gab. I remember when me and Gab first came here. Taking personal accountability to avoid the negative outcomes that many men were experiencing. Then separating from dysfunctional people once individuals got themselves together. And see, that was something that you learn as a man. You look at yourself, you look within oneself, and you start bettering yourself. I didn't come to the I didn't come to this space for a powwow. I didn't come to this space to I wanted to know if I couldn't have been the only man that went through this. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, those bills are gonna be on me. Raising my household is gonna be on me. My accountability is gonna be on me. And see, I started to notice the men that were about doing the work, that were about, hey, we got to make certain moves. I didn't see no teachers here. I didn't see no leaders here. I didn't come here for no father. I didn't come here for a teacher. I didn't come here to be a student. Do you call the person that you go to get a job from, do you call them master? Just go there and say, hey, can you tell me about this job? Are you hiring? What's up, DJ Killzone? This space has duped a lot of men. Thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of men. Where I'm seeing older men want to get on couches and talk about how they were in failed marriages and that how that they took on the responsibility of being a stepfather and that somehow the woman, she didn't love him, and so he got back his courage of being a man by kicking her out and started to travel the world, and now he's fulfilled. And I'm like, wait, what, how is this a story that I give a fuck about? It had became about money. I'm watching a bunch of men, just like they argue about the women on OnlyFans. I watch a bunch of men online arguing about who's gonna get paid, when they're gonna get paid. How, so let me know for it is what it is. With O'Shea, Angry Man, Obsidian, with Anton, the Fight Clubs, all the shit. Was it always about the money? What's going on, Art? Peace to you, man. Rock on. I literally came here because I wanted to teach and show some people, hey man, if you have a problem getting property, let me show you how to get some property. You can head on down to your county office. Because I met brothers who don't know. It wasn't a shame. It wasn't a dig. BMT, you too comfortable. You too comfortable with them white folks. No. I'm teaching you don't have to be afraid of white people. You don't have to be afraid of them. You don't have to think that they're the boogeyman. You can be just as proficient, if not more. We need men in the school. Y'all talking about traveling. So who's in the school? We need men. I was raised and taught by my father, men who were Freemasons, men that were coaches, men that had did all assortments of things. You can't ask other groups to give a fuck about you because that's not their job. It's not their job. You're hoping for a constitutional gathering for people to raise and prop you up, but you're not the person that's out there in the heat of the sands. You marching but you're not the one signing the paperwork. We seem to have had a breakdown of a failure. We seem to have a breakdown of a failure, man. And a lot of men, no matter what, you can keep on saying that, we need to go back to the way it was, but that's impossible. That is impossible. We can never go back. We can only move forward. I'm understanding that a lot of black men are afraid to leave out of their community and their city. I think that we're having this problem of shaming men. I've heard men say, I could never tell my son to raise. To raise other men's children. But I'm like, what are you doing now? You're on social media right now, teaching a grown man, another man's child, another man's seed. You're teaching them. Make it make sense. Go into law enforcement. No, that'll be against the policy of them, or we'll be with the man. You have to do something. You have to. Other groups do not fear you. They know how to manipulate you. It is no secret that this space is very easily manipulatable. We're looking down on jobs and things that we ourselves are that is fading away from our people. We call those things slave work, underbelly work. That's what white folks do. That's what the Mets can do. That's what those Asians do. But see, at the end of the day, when you go to their shops, you have to hold your head down low. When you go to the school, understand the legislation plays in their favor because they're competing and they're thriving. I don't know what to tell you, black men. It's not going to work anymore talking about that woman. Let me see if I can pull somebody.
What's up, son?
Hey, Dad. Are you free to talk?
Now, the second, I can call you
Okay.
It's very important.
Well, no, I just wanted to talk to you for a minute.
Okay, soon after my class, like call you.
Okay, Danny. I love you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
Hey.
Mom, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Why did you why'd you make me learn all those things? Why'd you and Daddy make me learn all that stuff?
What stuff are you referring to?
I don't know, like labor and
How to do stuff?
yeah.
Because so that you'll be multi-talented, multi-skilled, that you'll know how to work. You can't assume people are gonna know how to do stuff. When do you ever start if you don't start when you're young? You don't want to be the person that only know one thing. You want to know more than one thing so that wherever life takes you, you can survive.
But wouldn't it have been easier if y'all just taught me one thing?
One thing is not enough. One thing, who's to say you, for example, it takes patience, it takes math, it takes skill to lay flooring. So you have to think. And that's something that you can always use, whether you use it for yourself or to help someone else or as a job. Painting, that's another skill. It takes time, patience, and planning. So every skill that you learn in life makes you a more well-rounded person. So that if in the event you own something, you know how to do something, and even if you don't want to do it yourself, you know what it requires. You'll know what it requires to have the job done. So when someone prices something, you'll have an idea of what they're talking about. If ain't nothing else, at least you'll know you're not totally green.
Do you think that men white do you think men these days, especially a lot of men in our black community, know how to do stuff that that you and I and Daddy know how to do?
Sad truth about it, who's teaching them? I guess that's the number one question, because most people, they go to school, and when they finish, they take a trade, and then as far as knowing all the other stuff, they just don't know. So now my motto has always been either know how to do it yourself or have the money to pay somebody. If you ain't got the money to pay somebody, then you need to know how to do it yourself, because the job still has to get done. That's my motto. So I believe in learning how to do a lot of stuff. Whether I do it or don't do it, I can still talk to somebody about it, and they can't just tell me any old thing.
Do you think, but now for you as a woman, do you think that took away from your femininity or made it harder for you and Daddy, being that you knew how to do all these things?
Um, no, no, I don't think so. My statement has always been, I know how to get dressed just like any other woman and look good and do nothing. I know how to do that because that don't take no real skill. And then if a lot of times these guys don't want to do something, or they're too busy, or maybe they don't even know how. So work together and get the job done. It's a good opportunity to spend time together doing something.
Was it like that for you when you was growing up? Were the women back then, like when you was a teenager or younger, did they learn any skills, or was it something that you saw that Daddy wanted you to do, was start learning a skill?
No, when I was coming up, we didn't have to learn any skills. I think our parent was just, you know, now you got to know the time I came up where black people had it hard. So we lived in the city. So we weren't exposed to the real hard living that some people probably was exposed to. But as children, we played, we had games, we did all those things, read books, did all those stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we had the household chores. As far as owning property, the only thing we had was one house to clean up. So we didn't have all the other things to do. I don't even know how we got stuff done at the house, because I don't remember my parents doing all that stuff.
Now, granddaddy, he worked at the mill, at the fiberglass.
He worked as a mechanic and painter.
So he did mechanic and painting.
Painting cars.
So he had to do. So he had two jobs. He had two types of jobs.
No, it was all at the same company.
Okay, so all the same company. Now, I know one thing. You was telling me, and me and my friend MOT were talking about this. I know a lot of women around your time. They all didn't get to stay in school.
Well, I don't know about that because, like I said, we was raised in the city, and I think in the 60s and 70s, all kids probably went to school because that was probably in the 50s. Maybe they didn't finish school, but in the 60s and 70s.
So that's okay. So that's around Daddy's time. In Daddy's time, you didn't really get to finish.
They worked on the farm. He worked on the farm, but all his siblings, but all of them went to school. It's just like the boys; they had farm chores and stuff like that before school and after school, but they still were required to go to school. We just came up after that time, so we didn't live on a farm. We lived in the city, so we had that one apartment, and that was it. It was a landlord. We didn't own anything till I got like 11. And so at that point in time, you call the plumber for plumbing, you call the electrician for electrician, you call the heat and air guy for that. You know.
Now, could men afford to sit around and, you know what I'm saying, just sit around and just do nothing around that time?
I think every decent man that I knew when I was coming up, they all worked. It wasn't even optional. You had a family, you went to work. And it was not even optional. That was just the way it was. I don't know any man that didn't work. I'll put it to you that way. My parents' age, they all work.
So if you talking about a family, you had to work. And
Everyone worked. Everyone worked. They have all these welfares and stuff like this. You either work or y'all just don't eat. It's simple as that.
what about grandma? Grandma didn't get to go to school like that.
No, she didn't either. She stopped school early. Like I said, in their time, I guess, it was a lot of prejudice because they lived in the South. They lived in the South, so, she finished school later on.
Yeah, I think like wasn't she like in her 50s or 60s when she got her GED?
She was in her 40s.
So she was in her 40s when she got her GED.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something that made her happy?
Yeah, that was just something she wanted to do. Not that she needed it at that time, but you done raised 8 children, and this is something you wanted to do for yourself. So she went and did it.
I'm glad she did that. You think granddaddy wanted her to get her education or no?
I think back in them days it was different. Women, they get to a certain age, they got married and had a family. That was it for a lot of the women. That was it for them.
Okay. But now when it came to you and my father, was it ever talked about the importance of your daughters having education?
Hold on a second.
pizza right now. All we have right here now is cheese pizza. I can place your order for something else, but it's gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes.
I'll just take what you got. But we never really talked about it because that wasn't even
So we sold cheese too, so we have pizza right now.
okay. All right. I can't even come by here to get a pizza. I can't even get there. I have to grab something. I get some McDonald's on the way home. So what was you saying, Josiah?
I'm saying when it came to, was that a thing for a lot of y'all, for a lot of the women, or a lot of the men and the women? Was it ever discussed about y'all daughters having education, or more so about getting married?
Education. Getting married was not the forefront.
Are you sure?
No, it was an education because my plan was for all my kids to go to college, but everybody decided to go in the military. So
Okay, but for the most part, y'all wasn't banking hard on we had to all get married.
no, it wasn't marriage. Marriage was not the first part. It was education.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hang on, Ma. Let me call you right back. I wanted y'all to hear that from a woman, a grandmother, a businesswoman, an elder, somebody who's lived. You know, her and my dad weren't talking about we got to marry off your daughter, our daughter. They were more concerned about our education, how we would live. My parents spent more time. I listen, man. I spend more time working. Like my mom can go down the resume of things that I can do. Drywall, grouting, clearing land, tile, hunting, military. Like I've been doing this for a long time, bro. It's not even funny. And then when I look at the conversations that happen on here, a lot of them are like spirited distraction. What's going on, spiritual? What's going on? What's going on overall? What's up, fam? What's going on, Amanika? Like you can't help the biggest issues I see with all these complaining is the rejection, is the rejecting of the only logical solutions that begins with self-awareness and accountability. I agree. My dad and my mom and a lot of people they were big on that. That's why my mom said, like, yo, if you talked about a family, you had to work. That wasn't an option. You talked about that you wanted access to a woman, you had to work. That was ironclad laws and rules. It wasn't good enough just to learn one thing. You had to have multiple things under your belt. And to this day, I bow my head and I tell my parents, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Like sometimes, like it bothers me because I know deep down inside, a lot of people are angry because they're not where they want to be, where they would like to be. Y'all can't keep coming at. Okay. Y'all can't keep coming at and saying, hey, well, the women. But I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta have to go out there and fight. Yeah, no, that's right, Amanika. My parents are huge on the education piece. They're all about that. They're all about that. That's hang on. Hold on, let me see if I can grab some people.
Hey, Jafar, I'm in the middle of a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Give me about 30 minutes.
Fill me in on it later.
All right.
What Didi doing?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm up.
I'm missing a meeting. I can promise y'all one thing, boy. There's always a meeting going on in our family, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one family meeting, it's another family meeting. Like that's why I don't even answer my phone like that, bro. That's why I don't even answer my phone. Hang on. Oh, what's up, Jay Prince? You want to come up? You can come on up, man. You can come on up. You can come on up. I know you had a few things that going on.
Your message.
Hang on. Hold on. Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you right back, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna call you right back. Love you. What's going on, Jay Prince?
What's up, BNT?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I just came up here to clarify a lot of stuff. I had watched your show. I think it was like hours after y'all had went live. I didn't know you had went live.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of people on your channel. Like it was a female that came up there, was so in defense to defend Fetty to where she was making up lies. I think her name was MJ or something.
Mahogany, that's yeah. It
Yeah, go ahead.
So I heard what happened. So I heard what happened, and I kind of wanted to set it up for like a separate stream, if like however you want to do that. But you heard my words, what I said.
Yeah,
That we're two fathers. So
right.
so it hit hard for me because I got daughters too. You know what I'm saying? And you own that, hey, you own your fuckery. That hey, I never let a nigga like that get close to my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, that right there, that's something that you gotta polish your sword on that one. Only thing I'm like, you gotta be careful, bro. Who you let around your churn, man.
Yeah, now I know. In the beginning, uh, Fatty came off like a really cool dude, real nice, and doing like I used to offer him money. I used to offer Fatty money to like do the stuff that he was doing for my channel. he would turn it down. You know, and, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's like, man, the reason why he turning it down because you were the clout guy. And so he know the little money that you was giving. And that one, you know, you got to keep in mind, I had a big show with me and Anton just alone, where we used to get like 2,000, between 1,000 up damn near to 2,000 viewers at one time. And then I had been on big channels with Charles and White. I went on World Star with Charleston. I did a lot of big shows with people. So around that time, so of course, like some people, he knew I didn't have money like that. So a lot of people they think about it. A lot of people they play chess. If how could I put this? If Charles and White or anybody that's big, if Kevin Samuels needed your help, let's just say you know how to build a channel. Me, I would think a lot of people wouldn't charge people like with big clout, a little bit of money, because just by you working with that person is the money don't really mean that much, because you're gonna gain way more than just a few dollars.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how Fatty them and his team got to the position that was in because of my name and stuff like that. But when I was working with him, I thought everything was just cool. I trusted him. I ain't never seen nothing. Although Anton was calling this man a snake, I in the beginning I didn't see none of this stuff. It went up until like because Anton tried to pay me to stop fucking with the dude.
Now
And I said,
I want you to understand now, like, because but I also want you to know this is MOT. This is the president of the Manosphere, right? Like, one thing that I guess a lot of people want to know was what was a lot of stuff has happened that has come in. Like, were y'all endorsing the consent and sexual jokes to children thing? Like, we're trying to figure that out with, especially with that with the panels and stuff, with the sexual comments towards children. Like, what's up with that? Like, we want to know, like, because he's saying on one end, y'all were gassing him to say that. And on the other side, you're saying, hey, I confronted them. So we're trying to find out, is that something that was going on? Like, is it now that y'all are not in good space, y'all don't want to, you know, like, what was going on with that, where they were like, you know, would you have sexual intercourse with a child and then people be laughing and joking of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That imagery, especially for us as black men,
right.
you know how they throw that on us horribly. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, you got a brand, I have a brand, different men and content creators have brands. So what was up with that? What was up with that, Jay Brand?
This what it was. I was always on the opposing end. Before well, after Fatty supposedly had made a joke, I really think his supporters gave him the way out of saying it was just dark humor. Because when people support people, this is what I'm saying. This is why I always say, you know, little kids get touched, because once you start fucking with some people, when you rock with somebody, some people can get a pass with that, and a lot of people gonna protect the people who they rock with. So no matter what's the case, unless he come out and it come out that he really raping kids, a lot of people just gonna blow it off because they don't want to miss the opportunity, because Fatty gives these people the graphics on their shows, help them build their shows. Me, I was always on the opposing end of them trying to be, you know, joking with this little kid shit, because nobody ain't right mind finna sit up here and say supposedly joke of fucking a 12-year-old girl. That don't even sound right. That's not even that don't even sound right. So when he first said it, he came back up here talking about JB. He was real into it with JB about it. And keep in mind, these is the dude that was on my team at this point. So I'm like, damn. So when he first said it, we gave him grace. Like, okay, maybe it was like a little jokey and all this other type of stuff. And Even though on the back of my mind, I was like, "Damn, but why would you joke about shit like that?" So we started telling Fetty, like, dude, and I told Fetty, the more you keep talking about it and stuff like that, you become and look and defending it. Because after he made that joke, we was on Aaron O show,
Mm-hmm.
and that if it was a joke, why then you go on Aaron O show try to prove that why it's okay to be with little kids? He basically like telling us the only reason why we believe this is because of the law and morality. If we live in an environment where 12-year-olds was legal, we won't see nothing wrong with it. It wasn't up until because I had protected him, because I'm like, damn, because they was getting at me, they was getting on me in that back was saying like, Jay Prince, I go all around to protect you, like guilt shaming me. I go all around to protect you. When JB accused me of that sexual stuff, you weren't there to fight for me and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, now I'm feeling all guilty and shit like this. And so when Fatty JB them did a reaction, I came on there. The goal was to make Fatty look good in that light and protect them. And at that point, okay, I said, well, damn, he must just said it probably was joking and stuff like that. It wasn't until after.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until after we I think it was at the Aaron O show, one of them shows. It was me, Ali, Fatty, and Marcus on a team. And we had this conversation about like 2 or 3 hours. These Fatty and Ali, dead but serious, saying because we was just going back and forth. I said, well, wait a minute. So are y'all saying that because we sit up here arguing about this? I said, wait a minute. Are y'all saying that y'all will fucking tell your girl Fatty? Would you fucking tell your girl? Yes, yes. Ali. I went to Ali. I asked all three of them. Ali, would you fuck a 12-year-old girl? Ali said yes. I said, well, I had to ask him again because he's American. I said, so Ali, are you saying you will fuck a 12-year-old girl? He said, yeah, absolutely. I asked Marcus. Marcus is a part of their team. If I'm gonna lie on them, why should if I'm gonna make this stuff on them, why not make it up on all of them then? Marcus said no. He said, hell no. Me and Marcus was the only one that said that we won't fuck no little ass kid like that. Or we want our little 12-year-old daughters to be dating no man that's 28, 30 years old. And then later on, how Fatty kept tripping up. At first, Fatty them kept telling people that the conversation didn't happen. Then he said that I didn't say I will fuck a 12-year-old girl. I say I will marry a 12-year-old girl. Then a couple people on the panel say, well, don't marriage come with fucking?
Now, one of the things about it is, and it was very interesting. I'm trying to find out, because some people are asking, like, were you entertaining them? All BBN members, you are allowed to ask JP if he's willing to any question. Like I said, the BBN, we are collab channels. We talk about a lot of this stuff. So we're just weighing the scale. Like I said, we listen to the Tabs exclusive thing. I'm not the money thing, the collab thing. I'm not focused on that. What I'm focused on is the child.
Right.
I heard a child, and that to me over circumference everything that y'all Negroes were talking about. Was there conversations going on with a grown man and a child that were not solicited?
Well, with Fatty, my daughter, yeah.
And you,
like, I will be asleep. Like, my daughter's 10 years old, and Fatty made this post, that comment saying that he would fuck a little. He seen my kids naked. I have never knew that Fatty seen my kids naked. Automatically, Kendra popped up on my mind because she's the ones that be answering my phone. Kendra's 10 years old, so she the one be answering my phone when I'm asleep. She bigger kid. She be having her own phone herself. So if I'm asleep, she's called Fatty Uncle Fatty and all this other type of stuff. Now, At that time, I didn't think nothing wrong with it because I'm thinking Fatty was cool and all this other type of stuff. I thought Fatty was a good dude. I didn't see him. No. This was even before the pedo, before he even made statements about pedos, all this other type of shit like that. So he got to start saying that he would help her with TikToks, and he asked her what she like to do for fun. She told him Roblox, play video games. He was gonna help her become a big TikTok star because my daughter kept. Uh, he asked her what she want to be. She want to be famous, and she like my daughter like doing videos and shit like that, TikTok videos, dances and stuff like that. So they had established like a little back and forth relationship, when I was around. But when I'm asleep, my daughter, I didn't explain to my daughter if I'm asleep, don't talk to no men when I'm, because she talked to her uncles, her real uncles. You know what I'm saying? And don't be none of this, her blood uncles. But I trusted Fatty like one of my little brothers or something like that. So
But brother,
I
why would you trust somebody you don't even know with your children like that? You
This is
don't know
D.
this man.
This is D. Darrell, the therapist in our space, and also one of the founders of BBN. So,
Like
uh,
what? I'm sorry, brother, but why would you trust somebody you don't really know? You never met this man. Like, would you trust a stranger that you never met before? You saw them, in person for the first, you saw them for the first time. Would you trust your children to talk to somebody that you met for the first time prior to that date?
no, no. See,
Okay, so why would you trust a
here's the
man?
thing.
let him respond. D. Let him respond. Let him respond.
Um, One, we was just telephone stuff, right? That's not like she meeting this man in real life. That's one. Two, we already done established a bond. Like I trusted Fatty. I trusted Fatty like I didn't see none of this stuff at first. Before
But you
all
don't
this, he
know
making.
him. You
I
don't
know
know him,
I
brother.
didn't know him physically, but like
You don't really know him through this is internet shit, brother.
understood.
As a father, you got to be more guarded. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to demean you as a father or nothing. You don't trust your children around nobody.
Like we, like that.
I got daughters too. I wouldn't trust my kids. I got two daughters, brother. I understand you cool with this, but there's no reason. I'm gonna say this to you, brother, and I hear what you're saying, but there's no reason for anybody's children to be talking to any grown ass man or woman on that you cool with in this space. What is the reason that any grown adult need to be talking to your children? Give me a real reason, a legitimate reason why people you've never met, you don't really know, you never met them before. I mean, yes, you talk to them, and you're an adult, but why should your children be talking to a grown ass man, 12-year-old naive, impressionable child talking to a grown ass man having conversations?
You right on that. I can't dispute that. And
So
again, like I didn't see it was a problem till he posted something last week. Now, mind you, when he talked to my daughters and them, that was like 9, 10 months ago. And that he supposedly had seen them naked. Behind, because the girl came up here talking about it was some photos and stuff. No, nobody never on the internet seen my kids naked. This was behind the scenes. I didn't see it was a problem till last week. But you right though, Darrell. I ain't supposed to just allow grown people just be conversating with my kid.
So
But
if this happened 8 months ago, why didn't you distinguish just on the fact of an accusation? What led you to continue a relationship that somebody potentially saw your child naked? I
no,
would be furious.
you missing it.
Okay.
Me, Fatty just made this post that he see. I didn't know. I have never knew that this man seen my kid naked up until last week. That he made a post stating that he saw my kids naked. He have never told me that. Even even the time when we was working on the same team and stuff, he have ever mentioned that he seen my kids naked. I didn't
But
know
your
that
daughter,
until he posted
so
that
he
last
mentioned
week.
it up until that time, right? So did you get confirmation from your daughter?
No, what I'm saying is she would never knew if like you got to think if he seen my kids, if he seen her naked 9 months ago, right? I've been having my channel for almost a year now, so that could have been like 10 months ago. If he seen my daughter them 10 months ago naked, she probably would never remember if she was naked. Two, he said he seen her naked, so I did not know that until last week. We was
Yes,
already
but my question is, did you vet your daughter on what she? Because a 12-year-old can remember if they got naked or not. A 12-year-old is not stupid. They're not dumb. Kids remember things like that. A 12-year-old is intelligent enough to remember whether or not they talked to a grown ass man and they were naked. Now they may not want to admit it. They may lie. They may show apprehension to answer the goddamn question. But a 12-year-old is able to remember whether or not they did something like that. But my question is, did you vet your child on what happened?
No, I didn't.
Okay, see, brother, I'm sorry though, brother. Like I hear you saying all of this stuff, but
Because in
I'm
my
seeing
mind, in my mind, the world, if
this is
I'm
your
thinking,
daughter, brother. This is your daughter we talking about.
yeah, because in my mind, I'm thinking if it was that long ago, she probably never really realized it. I don't know. I don't know if she would. I'm put like this. I'm going to have a conversation with her. This is just recently, so I am going to have a conversation now that you
Brother,
put it like that.
a responsible adult will immediately handle that problem, will immediately talk to their daughter and get full information and not be on YouTube doing this bullshit. I'm just being honest with you. Get to the meat of the problem. And so if she said or admit whether or not
He saw her.
she did or not, you can basically, based on her reaction, determine how you move forward, whether or not you have to contact authorities, whatever you got to do to rectify this situation and hold this Negro accountable for what he did. This is a child we talking about. We're not talking about a grown-ass woman. This is a child.
Right.
So you're supposed to be protecting your child, brother.
Like, understand this, man. Like
Right.
we're, like I said, the stuff that, look, man. My focus and Dieter's focus is to make sure your daughter is straight. Your children are good. We're happy to see a man in his children's life. We're not focused on the money. We're not focused on the dealings. When it came into nudity and a child and violations, yay, bro. That's for you to have to step up, man, and avenge that of your. You know what I'm saying? If somebody that you talk about patriarchy, well, your patriarchy is now being pushed to the question, man, and that's some shit that needs to be handled. So, like I said, man, like Dieter, he's very passionate. He's a father. I'm a father, and you're a father. You know what I'm saying? I asked this dude Fatty to push up on here. He cowered out. And I said, well, shit, we're going to play the audio. I'm not looking to hear no edited audios and no shit like that. Once a child had already admitted to saying that, hey, I was talking to a man while my daddy was asleep, that was it, niggas. Y'all, that was it. The conversation done drastically changed from a little beef into a legal thing. You understand what I'm saying? That's illegal.
Right.
When a child is
Or me
being
wanting to put the foot up somebody's ass.
right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's on shit. So, like I said, this is not no backpacking shit, but this is some real life shit where we're now looking at it between that's the thing about it. And you got to also start calling the question those are the Fight Club. Are y'all rocking with this nigga that violated a child?
Yeah.
Because he talking to my child without me knowing, and the only response is, well, you never asked me. Well, predatory behavior ain't gonna never tell you because they're gonna keep doing it as long as they can get away with it. So, like I said, man, like This is an in-house issue that you, as the father, you gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we handling things in the BBN camp. So the mahogany thing, we got her. We will taking care of that. So you can fall back from that, okay, Jay Prince? We'll
Yeah.
take care of that. That's my baby sister. That's Dee Darrell's sister. That's Faith's sister. We got that. So we'll deal with
That's your blood sister?
that's our family. We'll take care of her. So she's falling back from that. That's on BMT. She's falling back from that. So that goes to you, Fatty. Don't be bringing up mahogany shit. None of y'all motherfuckers, none of y'all need to bring mahogany into this shit. She's done. Now it's y'all fight club. That's y'all in-house club shit. So how y'all handle that? Nobody should have anything to say with this father and doggone how Fatty handled it. Because now there's a child involved.
Mm-hmm.
So once a child came out and said, hey, Fatty been talking to me without my daddy knowing, that was it. That was it. Everybody should have just shut the fuck up. Fuck y'all, fuck the beef shit. Now there's a child type of shit going on. And me as a daddy, once I know my child is doggone being brought into the fray and the niggas too comfortable saying my child's name, oh yeah, we not playing, we not talking this YouTube shit. Fuck that. So that's on you. That's on you, bro. That's on you. So I understand my hostility of you're gonna have to you mark like Cain right now until you fix that sin. You understand me?
What?
You gotta fix that shit that happened on your watch. Now this nigga, regardless of he trying to take the blame or whatever shit off of you, off of him onto you, this is shit that what your child just said, that shit could be taken right down there to the courts. That could be taken right down there to the courts. So that gonna be on you. Like I said, how long has this been going on? Let me ask you, how long has this been going on that this type of thing with your child and him? How long were you present for these TikTok conversations and stuff?
No, I remember one conversation that Fatty said he's gonna help me with my TikToks. That was the only one, but they had multiple conversations about her becoming a TikTok star. And when I wasn't around, again, I probably sleep because Fatty would call at that time. Fatty was cool with me, so he would call multiple times a day. And a lot of times I would be asleep. And then my daughter, she 10 years old, 10 years old, she'll pick up the phone and conversate with him. And again, at that time, I didn't see nothing. I didn't look at him like that. He wasn't making these supposedly jokes. And then he never made, this was before like him, Fatty, Ali, them, they made that statement saying they would fuck a little girl. After that, they never talked to my kid afterwards. In fact, within like a day or two, I ended up leaving that group, and that was one of the reasons why I left that group.
Like I said, man, you remember that beef that what was that rapper that took a condom and threw it in old boy baby mama's car seat and said I fucked your bitch? Like, y'all gotta understand, there are some people that are cruel like that will do things to harm a man. They'll go after their children. They'll go after what they care about. You know what I'm saying? And so there's nothing anybody can say about that, because that being put online, I've been seeing your children naked. That was a thank you. That was Jay-Z. Jay-Z versus Nas, and Jay-Z crossed that line. I wouldn't have felt bad if Nas would have walked up and popped Jay-Z in the head. But I'm like, you can't cross certain lines with certain men. There's repercussions. And Jay-Z's mom said, hey, you don't do that. You don't, that man, you should understand how the streets are.
Well, Fatty had all my pictures And then a lot of my kids is in his phone too.
Oh Lord.
Cause Fatty, he asked me for my password because I ain't know shit to do shit to about StreamYard. So
Mm.
he was up there, building my channel at that time. This was like in the beginning when we started working with each other. And but if you got an iPhone, when you give somebody your password, they got Google Maps.
Yeah.
And all my photos, videos, and everything was connected to his address.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the pictures, even the pictures that my kids and them was taking, when I go to Google Maps, I could see what all was in his phone. Every picture was and they got it separated by months, days, minutes, times, everything. So a lot of that stuff. When Fatty came out and said that he seen my kids naked, I didn't think none of it until he came out last week. Now, mind you, we've been broken up since we haven't been working with each other since March.
Right.
I have never knew that he possibly seen my kids naked. Never.
Jesus Christ.
Until he made this statement last week. That was my first time even knowing that he seen it. It didn't cross my mind in the beginning. It didn't it, that so the reason why I got upset because not only that he made jokes fucking 12-year-old girls, and then he also made statements trying to convince everybody to see to a fucking 12-year-old girl is okay. The only reason why we wouldn't do it is because of the law. And then on top of the statements Ali and Fatty made to me off the record, saying that they was dead but serious that they will fuck a 12-year-old girl. And that's the reason why I asked them to take. I'm adamant of them taking a lie detector test, that they keep ducking and dodging because they will not take that lie detector test because it's going to open the Pandora's box. It's going to be a lot of questions that, we're going to ask. Have you ever been interacting with little kids? And so all that type of stuff. So they do not want to take the lie detector test. They just want to hog her up because they big on optics. Right. And I used to tell Ali because Ali and them, they big on playing optics, winning the crowd over. So they used to tell me, once you win the crowd over, you can say and do whatever thing you want to, and they're gonna believe you. So they big on playing optics. And I told Ali, I said, man, I didn't come on here to play no optics. I just come on here to tell the truth and then tell my experience and go off that. So I'm not an optics man. So right now it's looking like whenever Ali them say something about me, they get believed. If I say this something about them, I won't get believed because I don't got the optics on my side. And I look at optics as deceit. You know what I'm saying? You deceiving people. Yeah, just because the public, just because they believe what you say, nigga, you lying. I know what you told me in the back.
Let me get it over to Faith, one of the writers and founders of the BBN. She handles a lot of our stuff in the background. Welcome, Faith. You gave some powerful words earlier about these kind of things. What's up, sis?
Hi, brother. Thank you so much, BMT, for that introduction. And hello, Jay Prince. It's nice to meet you as well.
Hey, how you doing, Faith?
I wanted to come in because I heard a little bit of the conversation that you had with Fatty on Taz's panel.
Yeah.
And what's being done to me and I think it's disgusting because you did not say that you were a perfect parent. It seemed to me that you have been very transparent this entire time about everything that has been going on in your life with your children.
Yeah.
Um, you talked about CPS being in your life with your children,
Mhm.
which you didn't have to, you know. And
Right.
what's going on now is there seems to be a smear campaign to deflect from the bigger subject matter, which is the things that Fatty and Aaron O said that day on the panel. and they're trying to use you and your children to deflect from that. But I
Mm.
do want to ask some questions if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, and you've been open all the way up until now, so I just want everybody listening to understand that this man has been extremely transparent about his situation. He has not hidden anything from anybody. So that day that you asked your daughter, how old is your daughter, by the way?
10.
She's 10.
Yeah, I
Is
got
this
10,
the
5, and 2-year-old.
10, 5, and 2? Okay. So the 10-year-old, is this the one that Fatty was talking to?
Yeah.
Okay, and she confirmed that he was talking to her. Was he talking to her with your knowledge or without your knowledge?
It would be both. When I was up, it would be both. And then when he called, she'd talk to him for like 10 minutes, whatever, and then she'd wake me up.
Okay, and the times that you were asleep, that would be without your knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing. When I was asleep, she'd have a conversation with him, then end up waking me up.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you have a problem with her talking to him prior to him, handing the phone prior to her handing the phone over to you?
Not at that moment. I didn't
Okay.
see. I seen at that time. I seen Fatty as a little brother, which I know
Okay.
I didn't know him, at that time I couldn't see Fatty doing no wrong, like, because he was like being extra nice. Like, I was going off the act like, man, he doing all this stuff for me for free. I try to offer him money, he wouldn't take it. So that all that, like, it kind of made me look at him like, man, this man is a good man, and all this other type of stuff at that
Who
time.
who is UK Arsenal? Does anybody know who UK Arsenal is? I don't know who that is.
I mean,
I don't know who that is.
I've
Sorry.
never heard of him.
Yeah, man. Like it's pretty much BBN. It's pretty much between BBN and Jay Prince, man. Like this is kind of more of like a business type of thing right now. I don't know who UK Arsenal is, so you're gonna have to sit it out, man. Don't know who this is. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, I have one last question, Jay Prince. The
mm,
instances that he was talking about where he saw your children naked, was he also including the 10-year-old?
it had to been a 10-year-old. That's because one, when he made that statement, he didn't say which kid, and then my 5-year-old wasn't around. She was with her mom. Um, so my 2-year-old, you know, at that time when me and him was working with each other, it was like off and on. Because Roro, which is her mama, everybody know Roro from up here. She came on here. At that time, we was going back and forth. So Kendra was the one that, Kendra, or it could have been Legacy, but he didn't specify which kid.
Okay, he didn't specify which kid. Did you ask your daughter if
No,
you know which?
no, I didn't. Actually, I'm gonna have a conversation with her later on tonight. Later on, probably I'm gonna have a conversation with her later. When I get off here.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah, definitely ask your daughter because that's very important. And it doesn't matter which of them it was, by the way. That doesn't matter. But what
right?
does matter is that he had been seeing your children naked, and he did not once tell you that he had been seeing your children naked.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's the thing, like, because I had to flip this. If I seen somebody kids, if I seen BMT daughters and them naked, I'm not gonna wait 10 months down the line when we into it to tell him that, because obviously BMT don't know that I seen them naked. Then on top of me making sexual jokes about 12-year-old little girls, fucking little girls, and then the conversation that he had with me, him and Ali, saying that they will fuck a little girl, and they was dead but serious. It wasn't no dark humor. It wasn't no joke. They wasn't faking and pretending. And that's when I really took them serious, when we was in the back, and they said, and I was like, damn, I just protected this man in public. These people, these motherfuckers got me to protect them in public, But now in the back, they dead but serious. And I just put, and that's what how they've been using it, like manipulating it. They bring up stuff when I was when he first said it, it was someone like we gave him grace, like it was a joke or whatever. But so I would get up there and protect them. They guilt tripped me and protect him because he kept saying, "Man, Jay Prince, I go out the wham for you. I do all this for you. I protected when Anton brought your baby mama on there. I protected. I went against all these people for you and all this." So basically, I was on a guilt trip. And then he said, "You're not doing nothing for me. I had to help you with all of this. You ain't paying." I said, "Well, shit. I offered to pay, but I turned down money with Anton at that time to work with you to get shit out the mud." So, but at that time I was protecting them. So when that stuff happened with JB and stuff like that, I went up there in a way protecting them, trying to laugh it off because we was having big conversations in the back about it. And
Is this a
so,
normal thing? Is this a normal thing on Fight Club to bring up children? Is that a normal thing?
no, it's not a normal thing, especially talking about fucking little kids.
Jesus.
Um,
I'm trying to see why are people trying to normalize that type of ideology conversation, especially all three of us are here, our parents, and we know what that could do with our brands, with our monetization, with our livelihood of working with people outside of YouTube. Like there's no place for that. Has there ever been times where you've shown your like people trying to correlate? Have there ever been times you've shown your children naked on camera during lives or anything like that?
never ever.
Okay, then.
The naked stuff that they talking about is when Fatty posted that last week, and that was off camera.
Okay.
That wasn't. I have never shown my kids on no camera, especially naked. Never.
Right. But that's what me and Faith were thinking. Like, are they talking about like he's doing a live and a baby's running around?
No.
Undressed or anything like that.
No.
But I can hear baby, in the background, but I don't see
the
child.
Yeah, like the video they Fatty edit that was on live, but they didn't see my kids. Only thing they heard me say, Legacy, put on your shirt. Legacy, put on your shirt. That's all they seen. They didn't see Legacy with no shirt on. They didn't see me changing because I heard somebody say something about changing a diaper on there. No, they ain't never seen none of that.
Legacy the 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Does she know how to put her shirt on?
Yeah. She's finna be 3 in January.
Okay.
That's really known for 2-year-olds to know how to do that. 2-year-olds can do that.
Like we teaching her how to be like self-sufficient. Now she potty trained. She goes to the toilet and stuff like that. So that's the only thing. But they have never seen my baby on there naked. A lot of people was going all off the rim to protect Fatty.
Now that's apparent to me.
This way as well.
That's very apparent to me, and I think that you are being used as a scapegoat to deflect away from the major topic, which is the pedophilic comments. And I think it's wrong. I think it's disgusting, actually. Right. So I'm sorry that you were put in that position.
It
but
seems
you
like
do
once people start rocking with somebody, a lot of people don't really care about it. The reason why they keep wanting to let it go. Fatty posted it kind of died down. Fatty made a post saying he seen my kids naked. I don't know why would he do that? That was him. So on top of you saying you seen my kids naked, you already done, had a conversation with me, you and Ali, saying that y'all will fuck a 12-year-old girl. Then you making jokes about having sex with 12-year-old girls. Then you trying to convince everybody else to see it being okay. And then on top of that, in Portugal, it's legal to fuck a 14-year-old girl to be legal. So when you add all of that stuff up, and then saying you see my kids naked, that means you see that my daughters and them naked been on your mind for about 10 months, 9 months, 8 months. 8 to 10 months, my
Exactly.
daughter and them naked been on your mind. Hey, Legacy, go in there, baby. You too loud right now.
But what they're saying and what they're trying to make it seem like is that when Fatty made that comment, he was trying to tell you that your children were running around the house naked and you were not supervising them, and
No,
he's saying that's the reason why he made the comment. That's
no,
that's what they're trying to make it seem like.
right. That's just a protective tactic. It seems like the only people. It seems like the only person that's telling the truth is Fatty, and everybody lying just on the fact because they want to fuck with him and all this other type of stuff. Everybody else lying but Fatty, because you got to think Fatty offering them like they seem to think that they could gain something from him, far as like because a lot of people been starting their channels and Fatty been helping them out with the graphics and shit like that, and so they willing to ignore and gloss over all of this and to protecting Fatty. Like all of a sudden, I got to start lying. I've been telling the truth, transparent, honest about everything, even in the space of me being embarrassed or ashamed. Now all of a sudden, when it comes to them, I got to become this liar. Them, I'm really looking at them like the supporters that protecting them. Them some sick motherfuckers to me. I don't mean to cuss on y'all's channel, but they look very sick. Those are the type of people that will protect protect the predators, the pedophiles over the children. This is how little
Yes.
children and them getting touched on every day, because when it comes to a nigga that they rocking with, they're gonna protect them. That's how the women that's been supporting them, the men that's been supporting them. I don't know why. A lot of those men start asking me questions like, Jay Prince, if we want no rules and laws, would you fuck your daughter? Like these motherfuckers is exposing themselves just to protect this food.
Yeah, I think that this is exactly what's going on here, and I think, like I said, it's disgusting. And I'm sorry that you were put in this situation. Like I said, Jay Prince has been extremely um, honest and upfront about everything that's going on in his life with his children, and like you said, to the point of embarrassment, because like you said, you had CPS comes to your house on a regular basis,
Yeah.
and he has stated this quite a few times. So somebody that will sit up and admit that, why would they lie about anything else? I don't think that he's lying, guys.
Yeah, like when my lights got cut off, it ended up getting cut back on. I haven't hidden nothing. When I had bed bugs, even though I took care of it, paid the money, I haven't hid nothing. I was the reason why I'm so transparent. For one, I don't like holding on stuff because that's my main purpose. Because I used to hold on a lot of weight, and I became very stressed out behind that. And two, I try to be transparent because it's people out there that's going through my situation. They need to know it's people out there that can relate to them, and watching me how they could go by getting out that situation, because a lot of people be needing answers. I come from the streets. I come from being homeless and all this other type of stuff. So I didn't have the answers when I was going through this stuff, when I was going through this stuff. And I'm letting my people know, yeah, I'm real just like y'all. I don't know, all of a sudden when it comes to Fatty them, I got to become a liar. They want to believe that I was a liar because one, they want to rock with Team Fatty, and two, a lot of those people didn't expect for me to become this far. And so anything Jay Prince for president do, they want to believe the total opposite because they want to stunt my growth. A lot of people that's under Fatty Slim camps is actually jealous of me. A lot of them felt like, who is this homeless broke dude, barely can articulate himself up. I don't know how to use these big words. Didn't go to school, have all his baby mamas, done lived all the bad all the bad stuff, they felt like they was better than me. And here it is, everybody prop me up above them. So a lot of those people is low-key jealous of me. So anything I say, they're gonna say I'm Jay Prince lying. No, they looking for a reason to not believe me.
Like I said, you're and looking at a lot of these things, man. Thing to think about it that is really called into play. Because see, the thing about it was about the conversation of unsolicited talk with a child, and all four of us understand this, that you can never have a conversation with a child, especially that you run a risk. There's too much stuff that can be said, too much things that can happen. But if there's also something where you're coming out openly and saying you've been seeing a child exposed.
Can I say one more thing, BMT?
Mm-hmm.
Like what Faith was saying, they trying to paint a picture like he was just trying to tell me about my kids. I want y'all to keep this in mind. Fatty and his team, they also talking him back, right? And it's a lot of people, they be like, no, Fatty, you shouldn't have said this. You should have said this. Bring it up, make it seem like this, because if you say this, it's going to come off like this. I always got to think about the optics, So Fatty got like 4 or 5 people in the back telling him what to say and what not to say, coaching him on how to come out of this. And so when that was like a little huddle thing with him trying to make it seem like he wasn't talking about he seen your kids naked. He just saying how, because my kids have never been naked online. Never. They never been naked on live. This was some shit that he said, so they try to get him the scapegoat and try to get him to not to be looking the way he is. He posted it. Fatty posted that, and they try to help him in the back, and like, dog, now this how we gonna come out of here. If you say this, it's gonna look like you just trying to tell him not to. We seen your kids, why your kids running around here naked and all this other type of stuff. That's all that shit was. All that what they have did. That was some shit that they did in the back to wean Fatty from how he was really looking. So I want y'all to keep that also in mind. Fatty got a whole team in the back that's coaching him on what to do and what to say, what not to say. Bring this up on Jay Prince. No, Fatty, don't say this because the ops is gonna be more on his side if you do this and you say this.
Now, are all of y'all? Now, I got a question. Who predominantly pushes majority of? Are y'all just a collab? Like, who predominantly pushes a lot of these content? Is it Aaron? Is it Anton? Like, who pushes a lot of these conversations? Because I'm curious on why y'all have not had a conversation about this. This is pretty serious. This is really serious. This is like illegal. This is not no Negro conference thing. This is a legal action type of thing. There is a child and nudity involved. Like once that happens, listen, somebody takes that to the police. It's
Fatty can't be touched. Portugal, the embassy. This is why Fatty can do a lot of stuff that a lot of us can't. If Fatty ain't deleting nobody, trying to take somebody out or kidnapping, that he can't be touched because he can do the shit over here. So what they do is go ahead.
Channels can be terminated.
Yeah, his shit need to be demonetized and deleted.
Yeah, I mean,
and niggas need to cancel him. And to me, anybody supporting him, to me, they just as bad as him.
That's what I'm saying.
That's honestly
exactly.
Like, like this stuff goes up to like you. Like they have police that are online that search for these type of things. Shout out to Miss Chantel on that. Like you get found out for that, and hell, I'm not gonna lie. Like sitting on panels with this type of action is like it's like people are condoning. So then that's what I say. Y'all might need to have an in-house conversation on this. Like, how bad is it y'all thirsting for some money that a child was violated? So that's something now, mind you, the rest of Black YouTube, we kind of looking at y'all kind of iffy now because it hasn't been handled. So this is why we're talking about it from our sector because it's like more so like a pedo nesting ground going on right now. What you guys say, D Faith? What's your thoughts on this?
Man, my position, man, they disgusting. They fucking poor excuse for black men. They a fucking embarrassment. All of them niggas. I don't care if they listening from the clouds. This shit is ridiculous for grown ass men to be thinking about wishing and fucking thirsting at the bit of shit was legal that they would even think about having sex with fucking children. What kind of fucking men is that, man? That shit is ridiculous.
Yes, and my message would be for the women who are sitting over there condoning this and they're making excuses for it. And some of you saying that you have children with disabilities, and yet you're sitting over here with a person that says that they would absolutely have sex with someone underage. You bitches are despicable too. And you are the same as he is
But
because you're sitting over there and you are trying to make excuses for it because you want clout chasing bitches.
so I want y'all to understand. There is no merger. There is no merger of the spaces. There is none. But we are definitely looking at how this is going. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yes, this can be handled legally. Now we're not getting involved. We've already had our meeting that we will not get involved. That's one thing we agreed upon. But however, it's already being handled a portion on our side. Now on y'all side, that's an in-house. That's an in-house thing that y'all need to do because we already got enough of the Tito's and other weirdos on our side that we have to handle. But y'all got a whole nesting thing of keep talking about going between young girls' legs, and it's too much shit going on. Y'all definitely need to have that conversation. It's too much.
They
And
definitely
also,
normalized it.
I think it's important to reiterate that you are saying that you did not have your children running around naked online while on camera.
Never.
Because, see, this is the narrative that's being put out. So nobody will be able to pull up footage of any of your children in the background running around naked online.
And
No,
if they
never.
do pull up footage, that can be perceived as porn, as child porn. If that does happen, that is a federal crime.
No, they ain't never seen my kids on there naked. Just running around here naked. And I'm watching them. Hell no. My kids, only time they be over here, like if I call them over here and they like, they say hi every blue moon, whatever like that. But like the other day, when the video they Fatty edit, it heard me say legacy, which is my 2-year-old daughter. Put on your shirt, put on your shirt. You don't see legacy. You don't see me telling Kendra to put on her shirt or none of that. Because Legacy not to put on her own shirt. No, it
All
wasn't
right.
no Fatty seeing my kids in the back. That's
So
why
the
he kept
only
saying
time
around
the
me.
only
But
time
Fatty
that
said
Fatty
around me, around him. He didn't say online. He didn't say around thousands of people. He said, I seen your daughters and them naked around me. Him. That was preferring to him.
okay. I did read that, and I saw where he said the kids were naked around him. So when
Mhm.
he says around him, he's talking about FaceTime when he called
Right,
you on FaceTime, not
right.
online.
Yeah, not online.
Okay. All right. So everybody got that?
Right. That's what I thought. That's how I interpreted that. It was from the phone calls, the FaceTiming.
It was
And
from the
my
FaceTime,
whole thing was that no grown ass man should be talking to anybody child without the parent being around.
and he never mentioned it to me. For Fatty to have all these Fatty files, he remembered the slightest stuff on everybody else. It clearly I didn't see it. Had I would have known you see my daughters them naked, we would move totally different. He wouldn't have been able to talk to them no more. Talk to Kendra no more.
And don't mention your children by name, because that's also a thing as well.
Yeah, he posted her name on here.
Yeah,
He
just
posted your
refer.
children's names.
You know what? He's out of bounds
He should be
for
flagged.
that.
That should be flagged.
He needs to be flagged for that. You can
Yeah, he
flag
needs
his
to be
channel for
flagged for
that.
that shit.
Just refer to your children by their ages, not their name.
Okay.
Better yet, brother, I would encourage you to leave your kids out of your content, brother. Like if your
He
kids at
keep bringing
home,
them on there. He keep bringing them up, and then his supporters will bring them up.
yeah, but didn't you do content with your children in the background?
Yeah, like my little personal shows, like I did, like a little
Yeah, that's what I'm
cooking.
saying. I would encourage you to quit doing that, brother, because you are exposing your children to this. I mean, you've
I had
exposed
talked
your
to
children to a
CPS.
lot.
I had talked to CPS just to clarify if it was legal or not. Because I like to cover my tracks just in case, because these people will play dirty. So,
I understand whether it's not a question of whether it's legal or
but
not, but
the
is it safe for
the
your children?
morality.
It's really not safe for your children.
Yeah,
And you don't
the
want other
safety.
content creators like these sickos using that against you online.
Exactly, D. The safety is the biggest factor. But since you did bring up that you talked to CPS about it, for the record, what did CPS say about it?
They say they don't see nothing because there are shows. There's a lot of shows where a lot of kids, mamas, dads, and kids, they be doing a lot of stuff on social media. So they said I'm not in the wrong. All this other stuff is not illegal.
But see, this is
But
the
they
thing though. Like your content, and YouTube has a guidelines as far as content 13 and younger and 13 and over or whatever like that, not suitable for kids. And to be honest with you, your content is not suitable for kids 13 and younger, according to their guidelines. It's really not. Your
yeah,
content is adult content.
yeah, like that part true. Now, like the shows that I was doing for them, like we was playing like horses and stuff, and we was playing teacher. That stuff was child approved. Like, but I do understand what you're saying by me being in the space that I am, and the people that know me, all these other people that's out there, not to just all together just leave them out of it. I do agree with that. Just all together, I do agree with that.
Yeah, man, because you put yourself in a bad situation, and you also have put your children. Because it sounded like to me your boy Fatty was basically trying to groom your kid. Sounded
Yeah,
like a whole bunch of grooming to me.
yeah,
Exactly. It sounds like grooming. And see, people they sit up here and they try to say, "Oh, well, they were trying to do something nice for you." And I'm just gonna tell you what the narrative is gonna be, and you already know.
yeah,
We were trying to help him with the kids. Fatty was just checking on the kids and all this other stuff. And I want people to understand that there have been many pedophiles who have been caught, and they have donated clothes to children. They have donated money to organizations for children. They have been people who worked around children. So it's not like these people don't quote unquote do charitable things or good things for children and families, because they do, and some of them do it in order to get close to the children and the family to see where a need is, and get to know as much as possible about that child and their surroundings. So stuff like that is not uncommon, that a predator will at first do something nice for the children or the family. So
Yeah,
for everybody sitting up here talking about all this nice this and nice that, and people just, concerned and all that other stuff, you can miss me with that, because it has nothing to do with the comments that he made.
right. And then they allow him to retract his statements. That's what they was doing. They every time Fatty them say something again, they be in a hurdle in the back, so he'll come up with something, and they allow him to retract his statements. So this man posted that. I did not. I have never knew he had seen my kids them. After he posted that he seen my kids them naked, not on top of all those comments that he been making.
I
Now
mean,
that
they can retract all they want, but it's already been clipped. If it's already there, you can retract all you want, but the evidence is there that you said what you said.
And I just want people to know, I don't care if you held Fatty accountable 7 months ago on a live stream for 5 hours, because I'm hearing people say that too. Oh, I went after him myself for 5 hours and I held him accountable. But the thing about it is, every time someone sees that clip and then they run into Fatty, he should be being held accountable by the community. The community is doing their job. Let the community do their job. So you went in on him. Now you're back working with him. So what does that say about you? You went in on him for 5 hours, you said, and then you turned right back around and started working with him. What does that say about you?
and yeah, the message that they was putting on, they try to put that same type of message on me. Why would Jay Prince still work with pedos at that time, right? Because they let it. Like I had Fatty Ali and them, they whole team blocked for months, and the people on my team was like, "Man, just unblock them. It's good for business. You get all your supporters back." I said, "Okay,
See
well,
that's where it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the problem right there.
No principles. No principles, bro. You don't give a fuck about your kids. You don't give a
Facts.
fuck about your kids.
But when Fatty made
Exactly.
that when Fatty made that post, because he just made the post like last week and a week and a half ago, one of them. That's when he got reblocked, and now he can no longer come back over there to the Black House after he made that post. Neither one. I have never knew. Nobody had never knew that he seemed like that. That's when he made that post. I was embarrassed.
Shit, hell, I felt some type of way. I ain't even my child. I'm like, yo, like this is, yo,
And then he posted it online.
like I said, man, like that's what I'm saying, man. This is why I pull my children away from being on YouTube like that. I want a lot of content creators to know, y'all know who I am, and I mean this from the sound of my heart. YouTube is just not a safe space. This, particularly, especially this space, is just not safe for children. I've seen somebody do some horrific stuff to Krista Carrison's child. They were playing pornographic music in the back to her baby. I've seen them try to do stuff to my children. I'm sorry that happened to your child. This is not a good space for children. So I'm telling you right now, what's going on, Topaz? What's up, Brownie? Um, what's up, Mella? How y'all doing? Um,
Hey Topaz. Hey Mella.
listen, uh, because I want you to know that could do some scarring damage. That a man was what he did to your child, that could do some damage. And see, you don't want that on you, Jay Prince, that you as a father condoned a man that violated your child.
And I definitely don't condone that.
You understand me? And so I would that's the thing about it. See, people looking to see, well, we got to go make some money. But that just shows you how they see you or see your child, that regardless of how the violation happened on your household, doesn't matter.
No. See, this the thing. No. When they told me to block Fatty, we hadn't even known about this naked stuff. We didn't know about him sending my kids naked up until last week. And then he got re-blocked after that.
Okay, so what initially made you block him?
What made me block him was collective of stuff. He kept like making video. Well, after I left the group, I had blocked all of them. And one of the based on the conversation that we had, him, Fatty Ali, and Marcus, when they was really standing, they know I know, and that's the reason why I asked them to take a lie detector test, which they would not want to take. And I was like, damn, well, Fatty, it says something about people that's why is I'm so adamant, y'all, you telling the world that I lied on you and Ali. Why is I'm the only one adamant about taking the test? Because if somebody lied on me, I'm especially an allegation like this, I'm gonna do anything in my power. Like he brung up when World made false. Ali brung up when World made false sexual allegations on me. Guess what I did? I called the police myself, and I told the police I'm gonna bring my baby down there for them to get all types of kids. I don't got nothing to hide. The police told me, Jay Prince, you don't have to worry about that. We understand custody battles. This types of stuff comes up during custody battles and all this other type of stuff. And then we understand that she leave the baby with you 2-3 months at a time. Every time when it comes down to some custody stuff, she throw out these allegations. They said we appreciate the fact that you willing to be so open, and you obviously you called us offering to take your baby to get the test. We know nothing is going on with your child. And I also just won in court my custody of my kids that was last week. I just won in court. I've been having her full custody since December. None of that is going on in my house. When they come to my house, it's clean, refrigerator, cabinets, everything full of food. No marks. They not getting beat. None of it. Everybody, the CPS, the garden lighting, the courts, police, they said I'm the safer parent. They said they want my kids with me. And I've been raising one of them for 7 years. None of this ever took place. Because Fatty and them, they try to bring that up. Or Ali and them try to bring that up. Oh, your baby mama accused you of some stuff. Yeah, but when I got accused, I called the police my goddamn self. I offered to take my baby down there to get checked my goddamn self. So I said, well, Ali, when y'all said that y'all fucking 12-year-old girl, why is I'm the only one talking about taking a lie detector test and you motherfuckers is ducking it? You know why you
Because
ducking it?
they're trying to deflect. But
Yeah, they trying to deflect and
I have a
laugh off.
question. I do have a question for you, and I just thought about this. There's an allegation, and I got this from watching their channel, but they're throwing out here that a while back you appeared on a live stream with the baby, and you were changing the baby's diaper on live.
No, what it was, I didn't change the baby diaper online. I was getting her dressed and they heard me changing the baby online. Like you
So
can't see my baby that I also privated. I privated right after that. You can't see the baby actually getting changed.
okay,
The baby laying down.
And then I was blocking the whole camera, so you couldn't see my baby at all. But I still just on the strength I said, let me private this video. You don't see her naked, getting changed, none of that.
Okay. Because like I said, these are the allegations, and this is what is being bought up over on the other side. And I just want everybody to understand that I recognize a smear campaign when I see it.
Yeah, they trying
I
to smear
do.
my name to protect fatties.
Like I said, I
And
These,
I also want to say this, brother. I think it's commendable that you stepped up when the mothers could not step up, or whatever the case was with the mothers, and you were the only parent that was there. There's not a lot of men that do that, so I just want to commend you for being the parent to step up for your children, not a
Mhm.
grandparent, because a lot of times when the mother can't do it, the children end up with a grandparent, but the children are not with the grandparent, they're with their father.
Mhm.
And
And I
I
believe,
want people to recognize that.
oh, they don't
Recognize
even
that.
care about that. See, the thing is, a lot of those people don't got kids, and that's why they make these statements. That's why, like, you know, I don't know. A lot of those people that they don't even have children, and that's why they be bringing up my kids. I was like, dog, you bring up, because to be honest with you, when they do be bringing up my kids, I be want to get violent with niggas like that. You ain't finna leverage my kids for your for your own personal converse to win an argument, dude. I would, in real life, man, I would seriously hurt you by my kids. I will fuck you up behind my kids. Fatty do all this. I can't really do nothing with Fatty. Fatty waited in Portugal. That's why he do little shit, because he know people can't get to him and touch him about playing with people's family members, especially their babies. Do you honestly think if Fatty would have been around where we could touch, see each other, you think I would have let that shit slide?
You mentioned earlier that Fatty was able to extract your Google photos from your phone. Did he ever tell you that he had your Google
No.
photos?
Like, it was times where I was like, I had lied to Fatty. I said that I wasn't at work. I was at work. But Fatty said, you not at work. He was so adamant that I wasn't at work. I felt like I didn't have to tell him my business, where I was at, and he wasn't at work. So I got, let me pull it up. This how Fatty got all my info right here. I did not know this the whole time that I was dealing with him. And then, like, what I used to do with my passwords, I would screenshot my passwords and all of that stuff. He got all of my information, everything. I'm finna prove it right now. Everything that I took on my phone, it was going to his phone. It shows. Okay, here go Lisbon. Let me see.
Okay, so what are we looking at here?
Y'all see where it say Lisbon?
in other words, he has his GPS of wherever he goes. He can see
So
what
Fatty is tracking you on a GPS. Why would he be tracking you on a GPS?
Yeah, that's why he been pulling up pictures from back then.
that nigga is wild. Boy, y'all niggas are built different these days, boy. Y'all
Okay,
niggas.
I do see that. I see that.
Hold on,
Why would
I'm finna,
Fatty be tracking you on a GPS?
This
oh,
nigga been
damn, here it go right here. You see my kids?
I'm
You see
not
me?
trying to laugh, but you
Yeah,
said
don't show the children, but I just want to.
right.
Why would Fatty be tracking this man on a GPS? Why would Fatty have this man's Google photos
You can take it down,
and
bro.
not tell him?
So what happens is this, y'all. I'm gonna explain something. So whenever you take a picture on your iPhone, right? You know what it offers is the location of
Mhm.
the person. Whenever you take, y'all ever seen that? If any of y'all who have a pitch, like y'all ever take a picture on your Instagram or your social media, whenever you take a picture, the phone says location. So it gives off the location of the person, wherever they're at. That's why when girls take a picture, you know where all of the girls are at. And all the picture got photo, it got the ID. Or whenever you take a picture of a child or anything like that, they could tell you the exact location of the memory or where it happened at. Boy, nigga.
This is serious.
This
This is
is
serious.
deep.
Police done. I just found out after I found out about this.
That's
Police
how they
done
saw
solved
Briscoe.
murder cases behind
Like that.
from Google Maps. It
Boy,
tracked
this
all
shit
your
is
how long
deep.
you was at a spot, what pictures you took on your phone. Like for example, this says Lisbon, Portugal at 9:22 to 9:44. Hold on, let me change the light.
Fuck no, nigga. Fuck no.
Like
Fuck.
he got the world fooled, but he know how he don't got me fooled. Y'all see where it say Lisbon, Portugal?
Hang on, let me
It's kind of small. I have to blow up my screen. I'm on my cell phone.
Now y'all see it?
it's right down there.
Yeah, I see it.
The time, date, and you see my pictures that I took that day. And it's a plenty of them. Dating back from October all the way up until March.
It definitely says that those photos are in Portugal. And
Yeah.
that is amazing to me that he would download all of your pictures from your phone and track your phone.
And put that shit on that nigga.
And then gonna try to tell me one time, like, cause I was telling him, like, dog, why you got all my photos and shit, you know, all this other type of stuff. He said, I can't help if your photos them get out there. Woo out the bam, like trying to let me, like trying to tell me I can't help you if your photos get out there. Nigga, you got my information. You can't help that. Only time you can't help it if you throwing out my information.
Well, listen, man. Faith, this changes up a lot of shit. This changes up a lot of shit. Jay Prince, I'm hoping the best for you, man. I went a little bit over my time. I'm hoping the best for you. I thank you for your honesty and your transparency. I want everybody to strike the record. And Faith, you saw this. Did I not offer Fatty to come up and talk?
You offered for him to come up and talk, and he offered for you. He offered his balls to you. That's what he did.
Yeah, he offered his balls to me. That whatever gay erotic shit that nigga be on. Mind you, you want to have a conversation. Mind you, I didn't care to see no video. I said we only talking about the video that. Oh no, we believe you. We definitely believe you now because if I know one thing about when you take pictures, it gives you the location of where you took the picture at, the location, the time, and everything. That's something that I know we've been Google Maps and Google pit photos.
Him and his captain tracking me down, and that's why, put like this: if they come over here, it ain't gonna be too safe for them. That's why we end up finna have to move.
Why. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why he didn't pull up because he tried. Like I said, there's certain panel motherfuckers give him the out. This panel, I'm gonna listen. You took your licks here, and you owned it, and you understand what you need to do. Fatty could have came up here.
I need. Hold on, BMT, real quick. I need everyone down here in the chat room. This is a call to action. I need everyone real quick to like the stream. And then after you like this stream, I need you to share it to your community tabs. This man needs to be outed. Clip the stream where he's being outed because it does say right on his phone that his photos are over there in Portugal. So this man not only was trying to groom this man's kids, Fatty was not only trying to groom Jay Prince's kids, but then he turned around and stole, and which is an invasion of privacy, by the way, this man's personal photos from his phone, and then began to track this man's movements.
And his children. Track his children.
Please share this stream.
So, like I said, like I said, thank you for coming to the BBN um discussion. You didn't have to come up, as you saw. Uh y'all, we are very straightforward. Um you owned it. I really hope that you get your daughter justice. You guys, like I said, clip it to where I allow Jay Prince to come up. Jay Prince, at any time did I coach your questions? Did I coerce you?
No, this your first time even talking to me.
This is my first time ever talking to him. I was fair to ask. I was fair to ask for Fatty to come up, and now he came up. I think a day after Fatty, and I want you to understand. Never talk to either one of them. Now, when Fatty came up, nothing but disrespect. Jay Prince came up. He talked to Faith and D. Darrell. And they also talked to me. You got to listen to what we had to say. So you came up and you owned it.
I admit what I was wrong at.
So only thing you can do is move forward. Move forward. I'm sorry, but once Faith saw that he has your stuff in Portugal, and I'm pretty sure you've never been over there.
Never.
Nigga, you got a whole different type of thing going on in your hands, man.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out a way how to get rid of this. Like, he got people that's close to me that he can have pull up on me, right? And I'm just sitting back. I'm ready, like waiting, because I got like they think it's just me. They think they can come in and do something to me, whatever. Like, they don't know how I'm not gonna get off into that, but
be careful, man. You got your children to live for, man. You got three young ladies that depend on you, and I don't want nothing to happen to another father. Lord knows it's hard for us enough. Y'all like the stream? Y'all can clip it. Just make sure y'all are truthful to say where y'all got it from. This has definitely been from that of the BBN. Like I said, I know for other content creators of the other sectors that would like to contact me or Faith and all of us, please hit us up later, man. Give me time to digest this. Fight Club has to handle this. This is their issue. This is their issue. Let them digest this. On our side, like I said, we will talk to our people that are involved, that they need to fall all the fuck back. We love our sister. And this is not her business. This is y'all business. So we apologize. We want to say that.
Can I say one more thing before you end it?
Go ahead.
The Google Map stuff that I just showed you, Fatty been knowing this the whole time. I want to make that very clear. I didn't know nothing about this. I'm not no computer savvy. That's why they was helping me, because I'm not no computer savvy type of person. I'm learning this stuff as I go now. But he been having all my information since October, all the way up until the end of March.
Right.
And after I told them, after I outed them, they still was tracking my phones, getting inside of my phones, my IG. Like, every time I looked it up, like they was on my phones. Like, they managed to get in my IG and everything.
They know your password to try to change it.
Yeah, they know my password. They know everything. They know all. They be all up in my accounts and everything. Then he also passed my information to other people, like this girl named Allen Girl Q, and they was doing background checks on me, which I ain't tripping. I don't got nothing to hide. Everything I done said that about my life. Only thing they did was just rehearse everything that I already done mentioned. But just the fact that people taking my information and doxing me.
Mhm. No, like I said, Shanta's is a good question. JP, what are you holding back? Are you holding back anything?
No, I don't got nothing to hold back.
Yeah, like I said, that's what Iman asks. Like, hey, bro, that's what they asking. Like, hey, man, just live transparency. I think that's what bothers some people is when some people are just what you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And that scares some people because they're not trying to fool around with you. They just telling you this is it for what it is. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with that because you're looking for that person to do okie doke shit. And they just telling you, no, bro, this is how I am. This is my life. So, like I said, man, we have other conversations. I hope they go okay. And I hope you're on better terms rather than like this. I hope we have more interesting conversations. I hope that your child and you are safe. All three of your children. Yeah, I wish nothing but the best for you. All right.
No, y'all appreciate that, man.
I'll see you guys later. BMT out, man. Be safe, man. Fatty, fuck you, niggas. Like you on some clown shit. But I'll see y'all guys. Peace.